Hey funky fans, what's going on? It's 36COF. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing absolutely fantastic because just as I was coming downstairs to make my Matrix Resurrections live reaction, what else do I see pop up on YouTube but God of War Ragnarok gameplay trailer? Now, I'm a huge God of War fan. Kratos is by far one of my favorite video game characters, tied between him, Dante, and the Master Chief. And yeah, so I could not go to bed before reacting to this, so I'm gonna get into it, guys. So sit down, settle down, and I suggest you maybe turn the volume down a bit because I'm gonna get hyped to this video. I have warned you, but also I'll drop a like and drop a comment down below. And without no further ado, let's get into it. Oh God. Oh. Is that boy? No. Is that boy? It's the boy. Atreus
Time is running out.
He's bulked up.
Prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War
Okay,
is coming.
he looks older.
My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight
Freya!
anyone. I just want answers.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard,
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
we do not know what Mother wanted.
Oh, Mimir!
Well,
We got
I
Mimir!
recognize that dour expression anywhere. Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
The lake's
What if there was
frozen.
someone who could help us?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands, who is dead?
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing
my
he
God.
wasn't found.
If he's out there,
Ooh.
we gotta find him.
Come in. What in all yarns be the happened to him?
We're trying to stop Ragnarok,
No.
to help people.
What's that?
And what if the only way to do that is war?
Come on.
Is not the only way.
Stop
Oh.
thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person.
You got the blades.
Are
You
you
got the
a
blades of
calm
chaos.
and reasonable person?
No. Okay, there's the axe. I was wondering where that was. Ooh.
In moments of crisis, panic
Oh
is
my-
nothing.
Who's that?
Harness it.
Ooh.
Let
No,
it
that's a
sow.
different shield. You can get new shields.
Tyr!
What? They
Are you
found...
coming with us?
No.
You'll get your answers soon enough. Well, some of them.
Who's she? Who is she?
PlayStation.
Whoa. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. So that was the God of War Ragnarok gameplay trailer. That was unbelievable. I loved every second of it. We got to see Freya. We saw Mimir. We only saw the side of Thor from what you saw at the end of the last God of War game, but that means he's going to be in Ragnarok, like I always thought. Like a lot of people thought Thor will be in Ragnarok, and well, it's confirmed now. And we see Tyr. We see Tyr at the end, the God of War of the Norse realm, and he's a lot. he's alive. It looks like he was trapped by Odin. Now, I'm going to watch this again because I want to really pause on certain moments that caught my eye. So, I got to watch that a second time. Okay, straight away there, Kratos. I love it. I love the costume right there, especially because he is in Fimbulwinter, so it would make sense he would start wearing more furs. I'm hoping this is cosmetic. It's not just in game, so you'll be able to customize Kratos a whole lot more. Because one issue I did have with the other God of War game, as brilliant as it was that a lot of the armors, there was like 3 base armors, and every other armor you got was just as a variation of the set of said armor in a different color with slightly different perks. So hopefully they've upped the cosmetics, but it looks like it has already, just from what we see from Atreus and Kratos. But let's keep going. So captured on PS5, I did notice that as well. So the new God of War will be coming out on PS5, but knowing how a lot of the how a lot of next gen games have been slated for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, they've also still released them on the previous gen consoles as well. So I still do believe that people will be able to play God of War Ragnarok on PS4. I mean, I've got a PS5 myself, so I'm not worried. Atreus, we've got Atreus. Of course, boy, the boy is back. Why wouldn't he be? And he looks a lot older. I say a lot older. He looks at least a good 3 to 4 years older. And Fimbulwinter, I can't remember the exact dates. Fimbulwinter is supposed to last for several years in the Norse mythology, so it makes sense that Atreus is at least several years older.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok.
I do love this I do love the costume here, and Kratos is still wearing the fur covered armor, which again I hope you'll be able to customize it and get other variations, maybe from other enemies you kill. You can get like scaled ones and whatnot, maybe capes from certain enemies. I really want them to go all in on the cosmetics. I can't emphasize it enough, because they had it in in God of War on PlayStation 4, but yeah, they just need to up it. Anyway, back to it.
War is coming. My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
Freya, of course, Freya's here, and she's here for vengeance, because after all, Kratos and Atreus did kill Baldur in the last God of War game. Spoilers, but if you're on this video, then you should have at least played God of War, the previous God of War, before jumping into this. Because otherwise you're watching it and there's a bunch of characters who you have no idea who they are. So it's never made sense to me why people would do something like that. But Freya's back, and it seems like she has her Valkyrie wings back. We don't actually see it, but again, at the end of the last God of War game, Mimir does tell us that Freya came to him and was looking to get her Valkyrie wings back in order to seek vengeance. And she looks beastly. She looks like a deranged animal just out for blood.
If those answers lead to war with Asgard.
She does crack the shield as well, because that was one thing I noticed. The blade actually goes through the shield, so... And then later on, we do see Kratos using shield attacks, but having a different shield. So apparently, so his shield must get destroyed in this battle, and I'm assuming this happens at the beginning of the game. Who knows?
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
We do not know what Mother wanted.
Well, I recognize that dour expression anywhere.
I'm so glad Mimiya's still here. I mean, why wouldn't he be? But I just love the character dynamics between him, Atreus, and Kratos. I absolutely love it. And here we do get to see both of his weapons, and that looks like. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like he's got a dagger, but it might be that same pickaxe tool that he had in the previous game that allowed him to open certain doorways. But if it's a dagger, that would be cool for Kratos to use a dagger type weapon. I do hope we do get at least one new weapon for Kratos in this game without having to sacrifice the blades or the axe, or even a weapon for Atreus. And the gameplay we see doesn't show too much Atreus, but it focuses a lot more on Kratos, and it seems like they've ramped up the Blades of Chaos in terms of their moveset and what they're able to do, because we see Kratos being able to chain and grapple himself up onto ledges, which we couldn't do in the previous game.
Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
What if there was someone who could help us?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands?
Where are they? Because that does not look like Midgard. That cannot be Midgard. And we do see him visit the dwarf. So is this the Dwarven realm? I can't remember. The name eludes me. I want to say it's Svartalheim, but it's not that one. You guys comment down below and tell me the name of the dwarf realm.
Dead.
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing.
Straight away, that looks amazing. That shot right there looks amazing.
He wasn't.
The water wheel, seeing the background turning, and now, because it does say it's a mixture of gameplay and cinematics. Now this looks like gameplay right now, and the way the water looks, how everything on screen right now looks spectacular, and I can't wait to see this on my own TV.
If he's out there, we gotta find him.
Come in. What in all yarns be the happen to him?
We're trying to stop Ragnarok to help.
No idea who this guy is, but he looks like a merchant type character. So, and he's a dwarf as well. So potentially he may be another vendor who we can get rare items, talismans, and things of that nature from. I do want to know what that creature is on his arm. It is a weird looking guy.
And what if the only...
Here's some gameplay, some fighting, and we see some new enemies. I'm not sure what these smaller enemies are. Can't really tell, but it does look like we're fighting an ogre.
way to do that is war.
War is not the only way.
Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
No!
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you a calm and reasonable person?
So 4. Oh. So I'm guessing that this fight with Thor may happen at the beginning instead of the fight with Freya. Maybe the fight with Freya happens a bit later. Or the fight with Thor is a purely cinematic one. I wouldn't mind so long as we get to fight him at the end of the game or maybe midway at some point. But I would absolutely love to fight Thor in this next game. Yeah. That enemy just teleported in from God knows where. Right there with the axe, he seemed to have some sort of charge attack, and he seemed to have a wide area of effect. I'm honestly lost for words. I can't get my words out quick enough. I'm just still trying to take all of this in. I'm going to probably have to watch this a bunch more times, but Oof. The new kill animations. Ooh, so we're going to see a bunch more. And from what it looks like, there's ice spikes have seemed to erupt from the ground as well. So maybe that's a new move. So maybe that's a new ability or passive effect you can add on. Maybe it's some sort of runic or talisman. But if you can do that with the axe, then I'm assuming then the Blades of Chaos will have some sort of area of effect for fire damage.
In moments of crisis, panic does nothing. Harness it. Let it serve you.
Right here, guys, you see it is a different shield. It's a different shield from what he had at the beginning. So I do think I am correct in the fact that Freya does damage his shield in their battle. So who knows how this meeting with Thor and Kratos is going to go. So maybe they're not going to fight at the beginning. I think maybe I was wrong on that. Again, who knows? It's all speculation at this point. I could be right, I could be wrong. You guys comment down below and tell me how you feel. Are we going to fight? Are we going to fight for at the beginning of the game, or will it be Freya? Will it be a mixture of the two of them? Right there, we see. Oh my God, Atreus! He was able to summon this giant stag and ride it into the enemies. So straight away, they've leveled up Atreus immensely, and Atreus was such a useful. I don't want to say tool, but in terms of gameplay, he was a useful tool within the confines of the game and its gameplay mechanics, because he was invaluable in terms of stunning enemies and being able to help recover and deal extra damage to enemies. But it does seem like they have given him some new abilities, and this is just a slight tease of what's to come with him. And they find Tyr, because we were told that in the last game Tyr died, or at least he disappeared. And Kratos even said at the beginning of this trailer,
Are you coming with us?
Okay, so we found Tyr, and I guess from what it seems like, he's going to ally himself with Kratos and Atreus, or maybe this is maybe this leads to a boss fight. Maybe this isn't actually Tyr, but some sort of illusion by Odin or some sort of shapeshifter, another member of the Norse gods.
You'll get your answers soon enough.
Guys,
Well, some of
who is she? Who is this girl? Or maybe she's one of the Vanir, a part of Freya's god race, the Vanir. I'm sorry, my stutters are really coming out now when it comes to these Norse names. I mean, but judging just by the look of her, she does have a look very similar to that of Freya. I mean, in terms of her costume. No idea who she is. We'll find out more info about her.
them.
So that was that was the God of War trailer, guys. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I'm speechless. If you guys make sure to drop a like and drop a comment down below. Make sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. And tell me your thoughts on the new game. Tell me if you like it, don't you? Just tell me your thoughts, and let's get conversing in the comment section. But that's the end of the video, guys. I'm 36COF, the 36 James of Funk. Keep it fresh and keep it funky. Goodbye.